Hello guys, welcome back to Malik Joe 34 channel. This is Malik Arjun. So in this today's session, I'm going to demonstrate on what are the various listener statuses and what are the use cases of that respective listener statuses. So in listener concept, typically we see these four statuses: ready, unknown, blocked, and restricted. So what exactly this status of my listener indicates, and when my listener is going to be in ready state, when my listener is going to be an unknown state, when my listener is going to be in blocked state, and when my listener is going to be in restricted state. So all of these different listener status can be has its own significant use cases that we're going to explore it in this today's demonstration. So if you're new to my channel and if you missed out my previous videos, you can always go back to YouTube and search for Malik034 and then please do watch my previous videos. And if you like my videos, please do share, like, and comment. Let's get started with the today's session about listener. So this is my Oracle Lab 1. Right now my database is down, ps-ef grep psmon. So none of the database instances were running here. If I do ps-ef grep tns, so my tns is also, my listener is also down, nothing is running here. So first and foremost, the listener status. So we will go and check for my blocked or restricted. Before that, I can show you my database where it is got installed. So you can simply check your cat etc Vara tab, and which will give you your Oracle home location. And inside Oracle home location, you have to go network admin. That's a typically your listener or the TNS file location. So I have one more duplicate session here. So this is my listener location. That listener location, as I said, it's going to be typically on your Oracle home. This is user own app Oracle product 19C DB home 1 and network admin. This is your typical uh, listener and TNS location. Right now, I don't have any listener or I don't have any TNS here. So what we can do simply, we can start my database in Nomont SQL plus slash /sysdba, and I'm gonna do a startup Nomont, right? So I did startup Nomont. Let my instance get started. If your instance is in Nomont state, if you start your listener will be in a blocked state. So, you know, typically you see this block state when your instance is in no mount, right? So let's take my listener configuration. So this is my listener, a typical listener file. So listener underscore devdb is my listener name and description, and it's going to be protocol TCP host. What's the host name of your server, and then the port on which port your listener is running. So I'm just going to copy my listener entry, and then I'm going to create my listener file here. VILISTENER dot vora, listener dot vora, and then you can just put that whatever entry you copied. That's your typical listener configuration, right? So I'm just going to save this one, and then if I do cat, so this is your typical listener configuration. So I'm going to start my listener now. LSNRCTL status and listener. Your listener underscore DevDB is the name of your listener. It says right now it is not running. TNS protocol adapter listener connection refused. So listener is not running. So I'm just going to start it. So my listener is started. So if I check the status again, you don't see anything. So right now it is just 3 seconds. Your PMON process monitor is the one which is going to register your database details with your listener every 60 seconds. So you have to wait at least 60 seconds in order to get your database registered with your listener. Right now it is just 20 seconds. We will wait for a few more seconds. 24. It's still not at top discovered. Yeah, just to verify, you just started your database in Nomont. Select instance underscore name, comma, status from v dollar instance. So you just started your instance in Nomont. Go back here, check your listener status. Right, you can see, right, your listener is in blocked state. So you might be worried why I'm seeing these many services here, right? service DevDB2, service DevDB3, and service DevDB. So that's because inside my database, I have a number of services. If I go back here, just do show parameter service. So these are like typically 3 services you define for a single database. And then you will typically see that DevDB, DevDB1, and DevDB3. These are like 3 services. You can see it at your database because of this entry. So you can simply do alter system set service underscore name equal to, I can simply give one single name. I can remove other entries. So you have set your service name to DevDB. You can do show parameter services. You have only one services now. Now you can go back and you can reload your listener. You can stop, start, whatever you can do it. I can simply check the status now. So immediately the moment you remove your services and then other entries are gone, you can see only one services with one instance entries, which is in blocked state. So that is our first scenario where you're going to see your instance if it is in your listener is in block state when your instance is in no mount state, right? That's the first scenario. And now we'll see restricted when okay, it will be like when okay, this is in a when instance is in no mount state. So this is going to be when instance is started with restricted session, right? So when you start your instance in a restricted session, your listener will be in restricted mode. So we'll go back here. We'll simply do shut immediate. We'll shut down whatever our database which is in no mount mode. We'll set immediate and we'll start our instance with a mount exclusive restrict mode. Right, so database not mounted. Okay, instance shutdown. Okay, done. So your database is down now. Now you can do startup mount exclusive restrict. So now you are starting your database mount exclusive restrict. So typically mount exclusive restrict, you are going to start your database when you are going to drop your database. When you decided to drop your database, you are going to start your database with exclusive restrict mode. Right. So your database is mounted. So again, you can query that select database name status from with other instance. So it will be like in mounted mode. Again, you can query one more select name comma open underscore mode from VDALR database. So your DevDB mounted, you can query from VDALR database or you can query from VDALR instance. Both says it is mounted. Now you can go back here and now you can check your listener status. You can see automatically your listener status got changed to restricted. So earlier it was in a blocked state and now it was in a restricted state. Right. So these are the 2 typical use cases, blocked and restricted. And now we'll go back. We'll see when is you are ready or when is unknown state. So typically ready state when instance started in open mode with dynamic registration. So when your instance is started in open mode with the dynamic registration, you typically see ready state. So what we can see, so how I can say whether my instance is in a dynamic registration or in a static registration. So dynamic registration in the sense, if your listener file has just a listener details, if you see your listener file has only that listener details, a port, host name, and then the protocol, only that much details if your listener has, that's your dynamic registration. And along with that port, host, and protocol, if you add your instance detail here, that is where it is come static registration. So typically that will look like this. So this is your dynamic listener. So just have your listener entries, and static listener will be like you have your listener details here, and then you have your something called your database details here, global name, SID, and then your Oracle home. So if you put all these details inside your listener file, So that's where it is called as a static listener. Right. So what we can do now, I'll just set immediate. Right. Let it shut it down. And then we will start your database in open mode, and then automatically your listener status become uh, restricted to ready. And then you might be wondered, what is my listener status when my database is down, right? So right now we'll verify that one. Right now my database is down, so we'll go back and we'll check our listener status. Right. So your listener is just started and there is no instance registered. There is no service registered with your listener. So that's just an empty blank listener when your database is down. So let's go ahead and do a startup, and then it will go to your open mode, and then you will see your listener status will be in ready state. Your listener will be in ready state because that's a dynamic registration. Since I have only that listener details in my listener file, I have only that listener entries, just the protocol, host name, and then the port name. I don't have any instance or the database details or the database home or the global name or the SID details within my listener. So it is automatically take the dynamic registration. Okay, right now startup I did. My database is instance started, database mounted, and database opened. So you can verify again with the instance name status from with other instance. That will be in open state. You can see your database in open state. And same thing you can verify from your VDALA database. That will be in your read write mode. Your database will be in read write mode. DevDB, which is in read write mode. And I'll go back to listener. If I check my listener status now, it automatically comes into ready state. That's a dynamic registration. You can see here your DevDB or your service DevDB, and which has one instance, that's a DevDB instance, which is in ready state. So that's a dynamic registration. Ready state indicates dynamic registration. Your PMON registered your database information with your listener, right? So that's about, again, this DevDB XDB is a default entry, comes with your database or the listener registration. That's a default entry. So if you want, you can remove it by modifying some parameters. So that's a default. You don't need to worry about that. Right. So that's about ready. And then now we'll come back to unknown state. So unknown state, when your listener is started with open mode with a static registration. So instead of dynamic, if you go with a static registration, so then your listener will be in unknown state. So what we can do, I will keep my database, let it open, and then I'll kill my database, or else I can kill my listener, or else I can simply stop my listener service. Right. So what I'll do just stop listener. So your listener is stopped. Now you can check for the status. No connection refused. So you can go back and edit your listener file now. And then, as I said, the static registration is going to be your listener entry along with your SID, your database instance ID, your database SID name, global name, and Oracle home. You need to add these entries inside your listener file. That's going to be your static registration, irrespective of whether your database started or running or not, doesn't matter. I'm just going to register my database with listener forcefully. For example, during the listener startup, your database will get registered statically, right? So this is your typical listener configuration. If I do cat now, one more time to verify your listener details and your instance details. Now go ahead and start your listener now. I'll just do start. My listener started. You can see the moment LSNS, it will start listener. The moment my listener starts, it will not wait for 60 seconds. Immediately your database status will go to unknown state. You can see DevDB, which is in unknown state. Immediately, within a second, within a fraction of a second. The moment you start your listener, immediately your database service or database instance is become unknown. Unknown in the sense, my listener don't know about the database status, whether database is opened or mounted or whatever the status it is. My listener don't know about the database status. I'll just simply register my database, register that database, whatever the database whatever the database mentioned in my listener file. I'll just go ahead and register with unknown state. Right, that's the indication of unknown state. Right. So if I go back one more time, listener CTL status. Right. So this is your static registration, DevDB and DevDB, and you can see this is your static registration because you added that list database entry or instance entry in your listener. And this particular entry is your dynamic registration. Pimon again, get the database details and register with my listener. So this is your ready state and this is your unknown state. So ready state indicates your dynamic registration and unknown state indicates your static registration. So that's pretty much about what we covered. Various listener statuses: ready, unknown, blocked, and restricted. And then nevertheless, last touch base on this particular today's demonstration, your TNS files, you're gonna add it on the same location, network admin, your Oracle home, and the network admin. On that, you're just gonna create vi TNS names.ora. That's your TNS names.ora. And then you're going to add that DevDB, that's the alias name, and all your description, whatever that listener and the service description, your protocol, on which protocol your listener is running, on which host your listener is running, on which port your database is listening, and what's your service name, what's your database service name, that's your DevDB. So just copy this entire thing and then put it here in your listener.ora file. That's it. So your TNS files is ready. So just to verify using a cat command, and then you can do TNS ping is a command to verify whether your services are listening or not. Right. So you got OK 0 millisecond. So your listener is up and running, and your listener is listening under this particular service. And any application or any user can able to connect to my database using this TNS alias or the TNS name. That can be verified using TNS string. That's pretty much what I wanted to cover is for this today's session about the listener and the TNS and the various listener statuses. Right. So we will again come back with a new topic on our tomorrow session. Until then, thanks. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.